Okay, Mark Rogers TV, joined by SMU Head Coach June Jones here at American Athletic Conference Media Days. Coach, look at last season, 5-7. You guys, though, play difficult non-conference schedule. It's happening again this season. You line them up. You're not afraid to go to the mat with anyone. What's the mentality there in regards to the scheduling when there's a lot of schools out there just want to get to the 6 wins and get to a postseason game?
Well, our conference has a different philosophy in that the power ratings eventually are going to be the decision makers in some of those key bowl games. So if you ever are able to compete at that level and get the big wins, you get like UCF and get into one of those 6 bowls. So I think that's the philosophy. We're at a point where we're still growing, trying to be in the Big 5 group as a team, and you grow up real fast if you play that type of schedule. And we're going to be real young this year. We're more talented than we've been, but if we can prove early that we can compete and playing good competition, as long as you hang together as a team, will make you better. And hopefully that's what will happen to our young guys as they grow up real fast in the first 4 games.
Garrett Gilbert, very productive for you last year, 3,500 yards, 21 touchdowns. Is there a battle for the quarterback position, or how does that look going into August camp?
Well, Neil Bertram's going to start off as our starter. I'm kind of anxious to see him play, actually, because he has a good feel for the game. He's accurate with the football, and he's finally going to get a chance to play and be the guy. So usually guys, when they get that opportunity, either get better or they go the other way. And I kind of think he's one of those guys. We have 5 guys on campus that I think all can play. Two freshmen that I think are real good. We have a redshirt freshman that's a great arm from Seattle, and we recruited a junior college kid that I'm very high on, named Matt Davis, who was Player of the Year in Houston, and Tyler Junior College Player of the Year. So we'll see, but I'm thinking Neil's going to be the first guy to get the shot, and he just got to prove that it's his job to have.
Coach, there was a time when your style of passing offense was way ahead of the curve. It's caught on, and obviously it's a copycat system, just like it is in any professional sport. How innovative do you have to be to continue to create mismatches, create innovation in the passing game to stay ahead of the defenses?
Well, you have to do a lot. I've always said, even through the last 30 years, that even though we have run the formation for wideouts longer than anybody else, and started it in every high school and started in every pro league everywhere else, you still have to change. Bill Walsh said, if you're not tweaking 17 to 22% of your stuff every year, the defense is going to catch up with you. So I've kind of kept that philosophy. And so every year, even though it looks the same, we're doing little things that do make us a little bit different. So we'll do that again this season.
Being in the heart of Texas, where the University of Texas typically rules, now Texas A&M has taken over as the recruiting giant in the state, and then everybody else flocks from around the country to steal talent. How much of your recruiting philosophy is based in Texas versus trying to go out and maybe pick off some other people across the country?
Well, most of our kids come from about 300 miles of our campus. We don't actively really go to California or go to Florida, but we have some kids from there that contact us because we're starting to win, and parents of the academics are a little higher level, so they have an interest now that maybe they can get a great degree and go to the NFL, because we are all of a sudden starting to be competitive again. So from that standpoint, I would say 80% of our scholarship kids or 75% of our scholarship kids are in the state of Texas, and then we'll have those kids that call us that are good players that we can get from California, we can get from somewhere else, and every year that gets to be a little bit better.
When any conference commissioner takes the podium, he's going to brag, he's going to build up the conference. Then, American Athletic Conference situation, he starts to back it up with specifics. And when he runs down who this conference has defeated in the last 5 years, it's rather impressive. So your thoughts about the strength of this conference, and you've seen the landscape change. You've been in Conference USA, you've been knocked around a little bit. Yep. The strength of this conference.
Well, I think there's going to be one more shakedown of everything, and I think it'll happen after some of the litigation happens with the Bannon trial and with some of the things with the union thing, all that stuff. When all that stuff gets said, I still think there's going to be one change, and I do think that we've proven in year one that we deserve to be counted in that group of 5, and I think that will prove out to be happening. That's what Mike believes, and like you said, we won 2 national titles in basketball. In the Fiesta Bowl, UCF proved that they can play with anybody, and I think that this conference is way better than the ones I came from, the Western Athletic Conference, Conference USA, and Mountain West. I think this is the only conference that really can see that maybe that's going to happen for us as we go forward. So we'll be interested to see.
All right.